Okay, hello. This is my second video for the year. As I probably mentioned in another video where I showed you my Teach Yourself Hungarian, I've updated my language for 2017. This is basically what I'll be doing. With 2017, I'll be learning two languages. The first one is Spanish, and the second is Hungarian. With the Spanish, I really want to increase my knowledge of Spanish. I know, like, an elementary level of Spanish, but I want to increase it to, like, a low intermediate, at least. So, that will be, like, my main active language for 2017. And, for my second language, I decided to pick up another language, as I mentioned before, with the Hungarian. I probably showed you a Hungarian Teach Yourself with the last video. So I'm doing Hungarian passively. So we'll start up here. Now, the thing is, you know, we all have lives and stuff like that. I have like 2 or 3 classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that doesn't really give me much time to perfect, you know, especially on days, you know, maybe on days that I'm not, you know, working with going to class. I might be working on, you know, like math homework. I'm taking a psychology class, you know, I might have to write papers, but, you know, I'm gonna see what I can do. Tuesdays and Thursdays I have no classes, so I might, you know, let that open for, like, practicing my Spanish. You know, maybe I'll, you know, read some dialogue in Spanish, maybe I'll practice on my vocab. You know, every Thursday I have to go to the college for the club meeting every Thursday for an hour, so maybe, you know, maybe I'll meet some Spanish-speaking people, you know, when I'm at college during the activity period, you know, and probably see what I can do then. Now, as far as with the other language, the Hungarian, I really don't know what I'm going to be doing with that. Like I said, unlike the Spanish, it's more of a passive language, so I might just work on that on the weekends, or maybe, you know, I have a long break in between classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so maybe I'll bring, like, a phrase book or Teach Yourself, you know, and just, like, learn some dialogue or some phrases here and there, you know, to help me learn that. Now, as far as what I'll be focusing on, I'll go over here. Mainly pronunciation and vocab are the main things. With pronunciation, as far as Spanish, I'm really good with pronunciation as far as Spanish, because I've learned the Spanish alphabet when I was in my teen years, and I've learned it so much that I can easily recall, you know, this letter, you have to say this letter in this way, that letter in that way, so I'm not really, it might be easy for me to learn pronunciation with Spanish since I already learned Spanish before. With Hungarian, though, you know, I'm learning that from scratch, so it might be, you know, it might take a while, maybe a month or 2, to really get them down and accurate, you know. Vocabulary. The reason why this has an asterisk next to it is because this is the main thing that I want to be focusing on, mainly with memorization with certain phrases and certain words. Now, when I say vocabulary, it's not like I'm going to take, you know, a Spanish dictionary or a Hungarian dictionary and I'm gonna, you know, memorize each and every word. I'm not gonna do that. That would take too much time and effort, and it would be a waste of time. I'm gonna mainly, with vocabulary, learn, like, you know, useful phrases, maybe common words. You know, maybe I'll look up, you know, like, the 100 most common words in Hungarian, or, you know, the 500 most common words in Spanish, you know, and I'll just, you know, memorize them, use them in, like, sentences, and, you know, like, real world, what's the word I'm looking for, you know, in actuality, stuff that I actually use in conversation. Speaking of conversation, that's the third thing. With conversation, I'm mainly going to focus only with the Spanish, mainly because I don't really know anyone who speaks Hungarian, The only reason why I'm learning Hungarian is because, you know, the language interests me. I don't really know anyone who speaks it. You know, and I don't even know anyone who is Hungarian. So, you know, I'm really doing like a passive learning with the Hungarian. My intensive study is mainly with the Spanish. That's why you have on free right here, just Espanol, Spanish. Mainly conversation with Spanish-speaking natives. You know, mainly not Castilian natives, mainly Latin American natives. Sorry. Mainly Latin American natives from like Mexico, Central America, South America, you know, those type of, not Castilian Spanish. I really want to learn, you know, I'll still learn Castilian Spanish because, you know, it sounds the same basically, or maybe it doesn't, but anyway, the conversations will mainly be for Spanish. Now, as far as goals, I have goals down here. With the Spanish, I really want to get to like an intermediate level. Right now, I'm at like a medium to high beginner level in Spanish. Like, you know, I can recognize a lot of vocab. I can, you know, I'm good with pronunciation, but with some stuff, you know, if I had to do like a whole conversation in Spanish, I might be lost because, you know, I have to remember, okay, what does this word mean? What does that word mean? You know, so I really want to get to like a higher knowledge of Spanish. And I want to get out of beginner and at least go to like low intermediate at most. With the Hungarian, I just want like a basic beginner exploration. The reason why I put exploration is because, like I said before, I'm not looking for like native speakers of Hungarian like I am the Spanish. It's just something that I found interesting, and that is like, hey, you know, I'll just learn this for the sake of learning it. So it's mainly, with my goal for Hungarian, mainly a basic beginner, you know, like elementary level. It's not going to be as, you know, intense as the Spanish goal that I want. So, anyway, that's basically it. I don't know how long this will go. You know, sometimes I say, well, I'm going to learn this for 1 year, but then, you know, outside stuff happens to where I can't. Or I still do, but not as much. So I'm going to see how this goes. And of course, I'll probably do practice videos, you know, maybe of me speaking in Spanish, maybe a few speaking in Hungarian, mainly showing maybe like, you know, hey, I learned this in Hungarian, and maybe ask some people who have learned like Hungarian or Spanish, you know, like, is this correct what I'm doing, or is it not? You know, that would be very helpful, you know, the correct way. So anyway, that's basically it, and whenever I get more resources, I'll do a video on those. Take care.